from NBC News, this is Today.
Al, thank you. And today we wrap up our 3-day series with our partners at iVillage. Supercharge change for better health with improving your body image. Instead of beating yourself up over a little holiday weight gain, how about making the most out of the body you have? Emmy is a plus-size model, and Jen Berman is a licensed therapist specializing in body image disorders. Emmy and Jen, good morning.
Hey, good morning,
This
Natalie.
has been such a supercharged topic in a way because we have recently seen those pictures of Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's a size 2, but then you see online and in some of these tabloids, Jennifer Love Chewitt, all these unbelievable titles, and you think she's a curvaceous woman who, you know, she's flaunting her body, and she's speaking out very much so.
Yeah,
and she's speaking out about this, and rightfully so. And then you have Tyra Banks, same thing, photo taken on a beach, and she's in her bathing suit, and she's labeled fat. Emmy, I mean, I know this is something in your industry that you've seen and dealt with personally as well, and you've been very outspoken on it. Is it positive now that we're seeing really strong women who are making such strong statements, trying to make sure that young women get the right influence and the right message on body image?
Anytime that a celebrity stands up and says this is not right, that I'm going on vacation, I should be able to wear a bikini if I choose to, I should not be ostracized, I should not be picked apart, and we as a nation really have got to stop adding fuel to this fodder. We have got to stop buying the magazines that put this on the front covers. We've got to stop body bashing ourselves and putting such a hyper focus on just the body. The mind and the spirit are as important as the body, and we need to really balance it all out, or else we're going to walk around as a nation of unhappy women.
And you struggled with it early on in your career as a model until you finally said, enough with that. I'm not meant to be a size, 2 to 4.
I always was a size 12, 14 when I was working in the early 90s, and I refused to lose weight to fit into the ideal that the industry wanted me to be at. And I did triathlons. I was a Division I athlete at Syracuse, and I knew that to be healthy, I had to stay where I was and be aware of what I was eating, what I was doing with my body physically, and how I was thinking about myself. And so I spread that out into the nation and started talking a lot about that.
So what is the most important thing, speaking of positive body image, when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, that you want women to walk away with?
I want them to stop body bashing themselves at least one day out of the year. Or let's take a step in the right direction and change the lifestyle of how we think about ourselves as women. Right. At the very beginning of the new year, why do we have to have shame and guilt? We don't need that.
Make these resolutions to they're always going to break.
Throw that out the door. And we need to have really good friends that support us and love us, not just for our bank account or what we wear, but also for our good qualities of who we are.
And Jen, you say that beating ourselves up, especially after the holidays, you put on a couple pounds, whatever, that is not a good motivational tool.
Normal people have weight fluctuations, and it's important to accept your body as it is. And also, the more you beat yourself up, the less likely you are to care about yourself, the less likely you are to take good care of yourself, and the more likely you are to overeat.
Exactly. So it doesn't help. It's a vicious cycle. You just end up digging yourself into that cycle.
Exactly.
Emmy, you have some really great tips for how people can focus their energy on the positive body image, and that is first is to go out with friends. Find emotional fulfillment, right?
Yes. Fill your emotional tank, and you need to nourish your mind, body, and soul. And when you walk around trying to just pick apart your body, your mind starves and your soul starves. And so if you're going to be hanging with the right people, if you are who your friends are. If they're talking about what that other woman has and what she's wearing and how many pounds she has, you're going to be around that negative attitude. You don't want that. You want to also, leave body bashing as well as low self-esteem, reading magazines and all that, all the newspapers and TV shows. If you're watching people who are tearing each other apart, you're going to start thinking, oh, I have to be like this. You have to walk the walk and talk the talk, especially if you're a mom with children. These are our future. Our children are our future. We have to be good role models for them.
Yeah, you also stress the importance of enriching your life with new hobbies. Leave the guilt at the door.
Leave the guilt at the door. My gosh. Celebrate life, right, Doctor?
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
And Jen, you have some important tips as well. Of course, we've all heard of emotional eating, but you say to avoid dieting. Why is that? I mean, a lot of us, you live and breathe every day, sort of.
I love that you say that.
We're getting these messages, but dieting actually has between a 95 and a 99% recidivism rate. In other words, it is a setup to fail. If your doctor was giving you a surgery and said, I'm going to do the surgery, but there's a 95 to 99% chance you're going to die, you wouldn't do it. Why would you go on a diet? The deprivation is a setup for overeating and binging.
Right, and you also say listen to your body's signals. What are some of the signals you should be taking as cues?
I love the hunger scale. The hunger scale is a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being the most hungry you've ever been, just absolutely ravenous, 10 being so full your stomach could burst like Thanksgiving full,
Right.
5 being neutral. You want to eat when you're a 3, which is solid, not too hungry, and stop when you're a 5 or 6, which is satisfied, not full. That's really honoring your body.
How about drinking water? Aren't we very, very dehydrated? And that's a part of some of we think that we're hungry instead.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure. And it's important to listen to all of our body signals, whether it's hunger, thirst, being tired, all of that.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, some great advice and a great way to get us started, and hopefully a lot of women are listening to the message
Stop
this
dieting.
morning. Stop dieting.
No
Be
more
positive. Amy and Jen Berman,
Join the
thank
challenge
you.
on iVillage. We're doing that.
And I was just going to say, and you can also read more about supercharging, change your life and your body image by visiting todayshow.com and also visiting our iVillage community. Thank you, ladies. Still to come this morning, the latest alternative to videotape.